Hello, Richardson ISD. I hope you all had a wonderful Thanksgiving break and that your family is doing well as we head into these next few weeks before our winter break. So I told you before Thanksgiving that I would bring you up to speed on our quarantine data. So we looked at the quarantine period that ended on November 27th, which included students that RISD directed to quarantine through November 13th. We evaluated the data this way to determine how many students who are exposed to a positive case end up either testing positive themselves or developing COVID symptoms over the 14 days from exposure that CDC guidelines recommend they be quarantined. So, school year to date, through the quarantine period that ended November 27th, RISD directed quarantine from in-person activities of 2,909 students due to exposure to a positive case through the RISD contact tracing efforts that apply the CDC recommended guidelines. Of the students directed to quarantine, 7.3%, which is 212 students, subsequently tested positive for COVID or experienced COVID-19 symptoms through November 27th. Now, of the 212, 151 students have tested positive and an additional 61 experienced COVID symptoms without reporting a test result. For us, 7.3% of students who have directed to quarantine due to exposure becoming positive or presumed positive themselves is statistically significant. As you may have seen in the news or read on our website, the CDC last week issued updated quarantine options that local entities like RISD can consider implementing. Part of that updated guidance included a recommendation to consult with local public health authorities before making changes because local public health authorities, in our case, Dallas County Health and Human Services, have the best idea of the level of COVID transmission in our community. Our team is very aware of the updated quarantine options that the CDC has issued, and we are in the process of consulting with Dallas County before making a decision about or if or how RISD might change our approach to quarantines related to people exposed at school. We anticipate hearing from Dallas County soon and will announce any changes to our quarantine practices in advance of our second semester starting in January. I also mentioned this before Thanksgiving break, but something I want to give you more information about is our rapid testing program. This new program gives us the opportunity to identify positive cases as soon as possible so that we can contact trace and begin any necessary quarantine and communication. A few key things to know. Testing is available now and began December 1st. Students and staff who are symptomatic at school or work will be eligible for the Binax Now rapid test. The test results are shared with the parent or employee within 24 hours. The student consent form is available online using an online link sent to parents and available on the RISD website or as a PDF that can be printed. Nurses are prepared to provide consent forms to parents who may not have previously provided permission but elect to screen or test when they pick up their child. We're hopeful about this rapid testing program because it offers another layer of protection as we stay focused on our goal to always keep our students, staff, and community as safe as possible. You know, despite being in the midst of a pandemic, we're still staying connected. Zoom has allowed us to connect in ways that we never have before, that are great. For example, one of the new things that we've developed this year is Parent University. This is a great opportunity for us to connect with parents in a synchronous way where we can dialogue and ask questions. Check out our Parent University schedule online. Our latest one was on equity, diversity, and inclusion. We can learn so much from each other. For example, did you know that our top languages spoken in RISD beyond English are Spanish, Arabic, Amharic, Vietnamese, Pashto, and Urdu? The diversity in RSD is one of our strengths, and we are so grateful for every single one of our families. Additionally, we have lots of connections with teachers. Just today, I was on a Zoom with a group of teachers from our RHS learning community, and one of the things teachers continue to tell us is how important the safety protocols such as masks and plexiglass are to them. Parents, we're so appreciative that you are supportive of us following the science and enforcing these protocols until we don't have to. The support that you continue to extend to us is everything. Thank you. And I want everyone to know that I've never been more proud to be part of the education profession. Thank you to everyone who is part of our RSD team. Finally, I'm excited to let you know that we have some good news in athletics. The Pierce and Lake Highlands volleyball teams, they went 2 rounds deep in the playoffs. Congratulations to their coaches and teams on a successful season. Also, congratulations to Lake Highlands Wildcats, Pierce Mustangs, and the Richardson Eagles on making the UIL state playoffs. We have 3 straight days of RSD playoff football this weekend. We're so proud of all of our students who participate in extracurricular activities, as well as our sponsors, coaches, and athletic trainers who make these opportunities possible. We are approaching a new year, and goodness knows that we all can't wait to start a new year and leave 2020 behind. But this is also a great time to be so appreciative to how far we've come, how much we've learned, and how great our community has managed this pandemic together. But to all of those who've been affected by COVID-19, we have many in our community who've lost loved ones. We want to extend our best wishes and our deepest care. If there's anything that we can do to help you or your family, please reach out. Please continue to wear a mask, and please continue to stay safe and well.